Happy Monday, everybody. It's 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and you know what that means. You're right here with the Blondes on the UNX Network, your new mainstream. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hi.
How are you doing tonight?
Good.
Good. So we had a pretty fun Monday, last Monday, with Cardsy B. So excited to check out this book, The Saturn Diaries.
Yeah.
Just have to say, it's so pretty. Like this
I know.
pink edges of the book, so pretty. Like I'm gonna just carry it around like an accessory, I think. Like
Right.
this. She was so cool. And I did, you know what? I ordered her tarot deck.
Oh, did you?
I did. I ordered the badass bitches. I was like, got it. I think I just needed in my, I don't know. You know, it's what you pointed out, how she illustrated each of those cards herself.
Yeah.
I love every second of that. And I was like, I want to support her. So that was she was so kind. And I did check out her schedule for readings. And I think I'm going to do one. I think I'm going to do a 30-minute. I loved her timeline. Like she does like a timeline with her tarot. So I'm very curious. Yeah, I'm very curious how that's going to play out. But she intrigued me, and she was just such a natural with her tarot that I was like, I got to know what that's all about. So that was a great show. And then we had on Wednesday, we had a little Paranormally Blonde special with 8 of the, well, actually, I think 7 of the ladies of IPR, Interstate Paranormal. That was a great conversation. We talked about women in paranormal, and I'm not sure if we solved any problems. And it is kind of a trippy, it is a trippy topic. I'll say that, and a tricky topic, because I think, you know, what I notice is when we bring up these conversations, I think people are a little, I won't speak for them, but I think people are a little nervous to put stuff
hesitant
like that out there.
to say something that could come back. Yeah. But I feel like we did solve something. We solved the fact that it's not that women aren't supporting each other. It's that they are all making their own content, too busy to watch other people's stuff.
Yeah. Well, right. So we sort of broke it down, and what it seems like women in the field, and I mean actually out there in the field doing this on a weekly, a daily, a monthly, whatever your schedule is, but you're, as people say, boots on the ground, right? You're in there. Those women are very represented. You can't not find a lot of strong female leads in the paranormal. Now, network TV is a whole different thing. And what's interesting is, we all bring up how we're not represented on network TV, yet not one of them said they watch any network television. So why do we care? Like, why is it that network TV is the standard for women to have made it? Because many women are making it in the field.
Right.
So not really a complaint, right? At least I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's interesting when you put it out there that way. Yeah.
So I think sort of what came from that also was a little bit of a interest for wanting to do a counter show.
Yeah.
Maybe have 3 women, 3 men is sort of what we're thinking, and have a nice little conversation about, and I think it's going to come right back down to it, because even the strong male leads out in the field are not the same as the network TV. And that's okay. It's a whole different world, right? Whole different world. So it was a good conversation. I think we went 2 hours with it. So
we did.
So it was good. Let's say hello to everybody. So like always, we have our amazing Get Haunted family on the side, Rob and Kyle and Danny. I see D Hoot. I also saw Travis. Hey, Travis. So I am really excited about tonight, because here's the thing, guys. I went to my first Paracon a couple weekends ago, the Mid-Michigan Paracon. And so, you know, you walk around and you just kind of, I don't know how everybody else does it, right? Like I just kind of felt out some tables, and my most favorite find is with us tonight. I am so excited. Mr. Rick Waid is with us tonight. Hey, Rick.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Welcome to Paranormally Blonde.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I'm so excited you're here, Rick. This is the thing. So you walk into the Paracon, and you know everybody's kind of big and flashy, and they have all the things to capture your attention. And there's Rick. He's so kind, and he's just such good energy, and he's just in his corner and he's doing his readings. And I'm like, I have to go over there and get a reading. And I went up to his table and he was finishing one up and he was just like, well, what can I help you with? And I ended up buying a book and had just an amazing conversation with you. Can you tell everybody exactly what it is you do? Because I love how you explain it.
Well, basically, you know, I call myself a seer. So I see energy. I kind of see through people's eyes. Basically what I do. So if I'm actually reading the actual past loved ones, almost like I see their energy when they're alive. That's how I connect with past loved ones. I don't see them on the other side. I see them when they were alive. Kind of cool because I can give details about them, how they passed, what was going on in their life, what was actually, you know, if they had some, you know, highs and lows in their life, or whatever was actually happening to them. I can actually sense it, feel it, and see it. So that's one thing I do. And people's energy, I do the same thing. I can connect with their energy and see things about them from their past, present, and future. So it's actually a wonderful gift. I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic, but I feel I have all, you know, what they're bringing into the table. I have all that as a seer.
Yeah. And I love that. That's how you said it. Like right away when I sat down, you're like, I'm not a psychic. I'm not a medium. I am a seer. And I'm like, you know what? There's just something about that for me that was like, okay, like I'm already digging Rick. Like this is going to be great.
Yeah.
And he just is like, I'm not going to look at you. I'm going to put my head down. And he does. And he just speaks and you're like, oh my God, like this is the real deal. Like you were getting stuff that I was just like, and I remember I asked you, Rick, like, can you remember, especially like at a Paracon, people sit down and, you know, it could be one after the other. Do you remember what you read? Like if somebody came back to you 15 minutes later, you might not know every little detail, but can you remember a general of what you read on that person?
No, I usually can't. And the reason why is because the information is given to me just for that moment, and then it leaves me. And the reason why it leaves me, because if I keep that information in my head and keep it in my mind and keep it in my energy, well, what usually happens is it was affecting my own memories from my child.
Okay.
I learned to actually just receive it, let it go, and then move on.
Okay. So you say it affects your childhood memories. Do you feel you were taking on other people's stuff to replace your memories? So Correct. So like if you read me and you didn't let it go, maybe something that happened to me as a child would somehow seep into your childhood. Right.
Basically, I would get more of your information and it would actually stay in my mind, and then it wouldn't have any space for my memories.
Okay.
So it's
Which we know this happens in general, right? They say a small percentage of what we remember isn't even ours. It doesn't even belong to us. It's stuff we have watched or heard, right? So that's interesting that you would take this on from somebody and then, replace your own with somebody else's. You also have remote viewer, which that is crazy cool to me. And I did not know that at the time when I met you. So tell me a little bit about remote viewing.
So, you know, basically what it is, whenever I first started, I was remote viewing. I didn't know how to connect with the past loved one. I didn't know how to connect with the person's energy. My first experience with this, what I was doing was I was actually taking my paranormal experience, and I was having issues with it because I was having a lot of rough times, and I was, you know, getting tickets every other day. I was going in bad luck, and my wife took my recorders and hid them from me. Okay. But I started getting my new gift, my ability to see things, and I started figuring out where she was putting the recorder. So I'd take them at night, and then I do what I need to do, and I replace them back. Like she didn't even know I was even doing that. Naughty. But what I started doing was, you know, it got to a point where I had to use the recorders in a different way, and I was using them to actually see the future or to see what's going to happen to me on my day job, what was going to happen at the next house. So, for instance, I was actually seeing. I would put on the recorder. I'm seeing right now, I see a bed in a corner, a kitty corner, and I see red covers with the white sheets folded back. So I went to my next job. I drove there half an hour. I got there. My last room I went into, there was that bed.
Oh, wow.
Red covers with the white sheets folded back. So I was seeing the future, but I didn't know what that was either. I just know I was seeing things. So it took many, many years on Unexplained Mysteries as an actual website on the internet before Facebook. I would go on there and I would offer, hey, let me see what's around you. And I would be able to see certain objects around them. And that's all I was seeing was objects at first. Okay. It just took a time. I had to do it for a period of time. And once I actually it's like I had to earn points or something, you know, with the I had to earn, you know.
Yeah.
And once a period of time, boom, my next gift came where I started reading past lives. And then I did that for a period of time. And at the whole time, I'm praying because I finally got on Facebook and everybody was reading past loved ones. And I couldn't read a past loved one for nothing. Couldn't connect. I couldn't see anything. Couldn't feel anything. After 3 months, boom, it happened to me. I started connecting with past loved ones. It's like I had to do so much in one thing before I could actually move on to another thing. So it's really interesting.
So do you think that you eventually would ever refer to yourself as a psychic medium?
I would say no. I've always said I was a seer. I think I always will be a seer because I don't feel I can talk to them on the other side. Now I can capture their voices on audio recorder. And that's another one of my gifts. I have ability to hear spirits in a different frequency than most people. So I will do an actual live show. And like I did at the event, I did a live show. I walked around and I offered people to talk to their loved one. I could hear in real time. I'll say, I just heard a voice. Then we'll play that recorder back and boom, there's that voice in real time talking. So I can hear spirits in real time because I have a different way of hearing in my left ear. I hear a different frequency than my right ear because I had Bell palsy when I was younger. And they actually gave me some hormone pills to build up this ear because I was actually doing some stupid stuff with peroxide and almost, my whole inside of my ear was almost gone because I was actually putting peroxide in it. I didn't know what I was doing, kind of stupid. But anyways, the point is I got a special hearing out of my left ear after that. And I can hear the frequency of a 12-year-old in my left ear and the frequency of my 56-year-old in my right ear.
Interesting. That's very interesting. I have to ask, when you do your EVPs, when you do your connecting with loved ones, what recorder is your favorite recorder?
My favorite recorder, and I'll tell you what, is Olympus.
Okay.
Olympus.
Okay. Have you tried many?
I've tried other ones. RCA tried other ones. They don't cut it. Okay. There's a with Olympus with me, I'm telling you. It's just awesome. And I just hear better. I hear better with that Olympus. They come through louder. They come through clear. I just love it.
I think that's so interesting. And I think I love the term seer, right? Like I feel like that's a little bit more, that feels so much more connected to universe for some reason to me. That's no right. Not a jam to any psychic medium out there, but I think just the way you explain how you do things. But you sort of mentioned when you were earning your gifts, your points to get to the next level of your video game here. How old were you though, when you really started to put 2 and 2 together? Like, holy hell, I'm seeing things.
Well, I started in my 30s, okay? But the thing is, I've had a gift my whole life, I believe, but I didn't understand it, okay? My mom had a gift. She was able to actually read coffee cups. My brother could read spoons. So we had this going on, but I thought it was a game. But my whole childhood, I would see things out in my room. I would actually look, and the actual images of the pictures would turn into an actual different kind of person or a different human or a female or a male. Or I would actually hear things, and I would chase it in my sleep, running down the hallway and stuff. So I had this thing going on. I was being bugged by spirits the whole time until my first paranormal experience where the door opened up on video. That's when my mind opened up and I stopped having these nightmares. I stopped having to freak out thinking there were demons out there because I was always raised that way. And really it was just spirit saying, hey, Rick, wake up, man. We can talk to you. You can communicate with us. And it happened when I got into paranormal. That's how I actually opened up.
Okay.
Oh, so you used to have lots of dreams where spirits are visiting you in dreams first?
Yes.
So was it when you would wake up when you were like waking up to a spirit from your dream, were you in the actual room that you were sleeping in?
The thing is, I was half asleep, half awake.
Yeah.
Okay. That's basically what it was. So I would actually be there. I would actually see things happening. They would manifest right in front of me in my rooms. Yes. They would be in my room. Or they would be outside the window. I'd look out and there'd be a tree out there and I'd see them on a tree. They looked like owls to me at a point. I thought they were owls, but I was always thought they were demons to me. Those are little owls are demons, but they're not demons. They're spirits. They're energies that are out there saying, hey, man, we're out here, dude. Come on, say hi.
So that's interesting.
So wait, you just said owls. Could they have been aliens by chance?
That might have been too, you know what I mean? Because I'm connected in that way too. I see alien activity. I actually have read many people that have had alien experiences where they've been abducted. I've actually, this is an interesting story. I read two different people, and I connected with two different people on two different websites. They actually were in the same UFO. They were in the same area, the same description. Happened to both of them. They got together with me and they said, you can't believe this guy just read me on this page. You can't believe this guy read me on this page. And they actually had the same experience in the same actual ship. It's really crazy.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, no, I don't think I like that, Rick, at all.
I love the opposite. I love that.
Okay, that wasn't in Michigan, right?
No.
Okay, good. That's all I need to know. We're good to go. Hey, Melissa, I just want to make sure we say hi to everybody that's showing up. And Facebook user, I'm sorry if you're not signed in or if you didn't check in, then I don't know who you are, and we'd love to acknowledge you. So Rick, I started your book. I have, what is it called? Is it the One Man's Obsession? One Man's Journey Through the Paranormal?
One Man's Obsession.
Yeah, One Man's Obsession. Yeah, you had a couple books on your table, and it's just, there's just something about somebody that has these type of experiences that needs to sit down and just to write it out in a book, right? That sort of leaves you a little bit vulnerable. Have you felt you're very well received at the Paracon? No doubt. But do you feel that you've been well received, like in your community, or anybody that knows what you do that might not be in paranormal? Do you feel they've received you okay?
This is interesting. Okay. My name is Rick Waid. I'm an author, Rick Waid, but my real name is Rick Prater. See, so the community knows me as Rick Prater. They don't know nothing about me. That's Rick Waid.
Oh, so you're tricking them.
Yeah. This community, okay, very, as a matter of fact, there was at one time the most churches on one street in Guinness's Book of Records. So in that area, okay. But the thing is about it, I'm actually out there all over the place. And I was on Unexplained Caught on Camera. So I reached millions of people. Episode 9, I was on that. And I'm telling you, a lot of people from all over the place, oh my goodness, I know that guy.
Yeah.
But that's his name. So it's funny.
There you go. I feel like I remember that when I went to pay on PayPal, you go through all the steps, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, wait a minute, is this you? He's like, that's my real name.
And I'll tell you why I did that. Okay. And let me explain why I did that. When I first started doing readings on Unexplained Mysteries and these other websites, I actually connected with this gentleman. He said, listen to me. He said, I want you to read me and you're going to freak out. So I read him. And in the book, you can read about how I connected with him, how I saw him actually cooking on the stove, and actually it was blood from actually killing people. So he was actually a serial killer. So it got to a point where I was having weird things happen to me in my everyday life. So I ended up changing my name on the website from my real name to an actual different name. It's, Waid is my dad's name, but I changed it to Waid so nobody would know anything about me. And I worked on a lot of missing person cases, and it got to a point where they said, listen, even on the websites I worked with all these psychic people, I would actually work with them. They said, listen, you can't put your real name on here, man, because it's very dangerous. So I had to change. I would say my name was Easy Listener or The Soft Touch or something. I would actually put a different name on there because you can't put your real name on it because it's dangerous, because people, they'll come after you. It's kind of crazy.
Wait, so you were reading a serial killer, but you didn't know, like the serial killer himself asked you for a reading?
Yes.
Oh my God. And then, so what did he say when you told him what you saw? What did he say?
Guess what? He deleted his account on there and was gone. Oh, completely gone. The thing is, I was so high on my target. I was at like 85 to 95% on everybody I was reading. Yeah. So everybody knew it was watching my reading, because I did this live on the actual page. I would type it all up. So everybody saw, and they're like, oh my goodness, they were freaked out. They really was.
Okay, Rick's like, oh, I see you stirring something. You know what? It's just pudding. Let's not worry about it. I'm not going to even say it's blood. You're good. Like I'm gonna, for as many psychic mediums, Dee Dee, and I know, Rick, that you're a seer, but for as many as we have talked to in the last 3 years of doing a show, nobody has come up with that answer. Wow. I've never heard anybody share that they actually had, was that guy thinking, no way is this Rick gonna nail that I'm a serial killer?
Interesting that he asked. Yeah. Maybe he thought I don't even know. That is so scary.
Let me explain something else to you. In my area where I live, I honestly, and I measure homes for a company. I go out and I measure homes for companies. I've been in 3 murderers' homes.
Oh.
Home. I saw them on TV. I'm like, oh my goodness, I was there last week at that guy's house. Oh. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And you didn't get a sense before, and maybe that's on your daily, right? Like your daily job. Maybe that's something you don't want to know, but you don't ever get that sense like before you go in, like, this house is shady.
Never had my gift then. I only had the audio recorder. I was only able to hear, but I did record. Naughty of me. I did record with my cell phone at the time, the old flip phones. I did record upstairs when I was there. And honestly, I was capturing some weird stuff there.
Yeah.
But see, I ended up working on that case with some private detectives on that case at that house, going back to that house, trying to actually find the body of the individual that was actually gone, that disappeared.
Oh. Wow. And did they find the body?
No, because these guys they're very, very, very smart. They were like scientists. And they actually, and I saw what was happening, what they did to the body. They end up, honey, what are you doing? Doing readings. Huh? I mean, I'm talking, honey. I love you. But noise. I'm like, well, there's a weird noise. I thought it was
it's the serial killer.
Yeah, we're getting scared right now for you, Rick.
The thing is I ended up working with them, and I saw I was getting my visions later on. I was seeing things. I was hearing things on audio where they actually put stuff on the body, and they end up, pretty soon there was nothing left of the body. And even in the actual house, in the back, there's a garage. Up at the top of the garage is a little window, and there up there you can see the actual black smoke all coming out of that window up there. Okay. Oh. And the freezer disappeared on the real case. The freezer disappeared where he was in for a period of time. Mm. So yeah. I was just developing my gifts as I was going.
Yeah.
But I was excited to be able to hear. I was hearing 100 EVPs. I went to the actual missing person's house, and I heard 100 EVPs in 30 minutes. That's how crazy I was getting EVPs.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
That is incredible. Huh. Let's discuss though how you do. I sort of want everybody on the side. I really haven't stopped talking about you, Rick. I had so much fun with your reading. Honestly, it truly is incredible sort of how you go into what you do and what you say. It's when you spoke, there were things that you said, and we all know sometimes things are 50-50 or they're said in such a way that you're like, oh, I'll make that fit, right? But you were saying things, Rick, like you had your head down and I think you were kind of wringing your hands. I
always play with my hands.
Yeah, you were doing your thing. And you said, and so I hope everybody gets to hear you tonight. He's like, I do speak very fast, right? So I kind of leaned into you to hear you, and you're going. And you were saying things that's like, these are not 50-50s. These are not like things where you think to yourself like, oh, I could probably make that fit. There were things you were saying that I'm just like, why are you saying exactly those phrases that have been said before, or that was incredible. And Facebook user, again, I'm sorry, I feel so bad. I do love this question. Do you believe in manifesting, Rick?
Yes.
Okay. Do you do anything specific to manifest?
No, I believe that things can manifest, but when you're saying manifesting, what are you trying to explain to me?
I'm going to assume maybe that they're thinking, so, if any kind of spiritualist, you can kind of manifest something that you truly want in your life.
And if I want something, I can make it happen. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I believe that we actually can do that if we actually put the time and energy into it and believe in stuff. I believe this can happen. I'll wake up and I'm like, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a great, and boom, it just happens. If we really, really believe in something, I think things can happen that way. But I understand what they're trying to say there. I think we can manifest things. Can't manifest a lotto. It ain't coming my way. Nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Was my way for some reason. It's not about the money, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's more about, helping the individual, more about waking the individual up. Mm-hmm. The thing is, whenever I was doing my event there, it got to a point where I only had 15 minutes left and I had to read as many people, and I read 9 people in 15 minutes, and every one of them was like shocked with the information.
Yeah.
And that's what's so cool about it, because I can go from this person, boom, hit that person, next, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. And that's most people can't do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I believe that too as well. Facebook user, the power of the spoken word.
Power
of the spoken word. Did you ever consider, Rick, and Rob, we'll get to that question. Have you ever considered working for like CIA or FBI, or do you?
You know, I would love to. And the thing is, I've worked with a lot of police departments. I've worked with a lot of psychic networks. But the problem is with psychic networks, it's just everybody piggybacks off you.
Yeah.
So I put in information, they're copying me. And that's what it got to a point. You know what I mean? Copy. So you can't really do it. But I would love to work behind scenes or help others. I've sent a lot of stuff to a lot of places, a lot of police departments. But the problem is they always look at you as the actual culprit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I'm curious in today's world, you know, and you don't, I wouldn't ask a specific town or county or city, but do you feel police work a little easier with psychic mediums or seers today than they did, say, even 10, 15 years ago? Because I do think people like yourself, you know, offer that help. And obviously that's something they don't necessarily publicize, the person doing the reading and or the police station, because you just don't know how that looks to everybody, right? Not everybody is open to hear that you might have a suggestion. And like you said, then do you look sus?
Right.
You know, so I'm curious, do you feel like more police stations are using
you got? Well, I think a lot of police stations are using people, certain individuals. A lot of police stations are using certain individuals. The problem is there's so many psychics nowadays. There's so many mediums. It's just flooded with a lot of people that think they have a gift, but they don't have they haven't put the time and energy in it. They actually, and that's one thing that's really big. They haven't put time and energy, and instantly they think they think they know everything. There's so many know-it-alls out there right now, which is kind of sad. You know what I mean? But I would love, like I said, I've worked with actual police departments before, but they always want something, you know, bring me a hat, bring me a scarf. Okay, it's 20 years. Where am I going to find a hat or a scarf? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what they want. They can hold, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, I worked with I read over 20 missing people. Have you ever heard of the smiley face killers?
Yes.
Okay. I worked with that team. I worked with the detective and I worked with the actual professor. Okay. I worked with both of them. I offered readings. And the professor said to me, he said, you know, in my career, I've never seen anybody to be able to connect with the actual person that's missing, connect with the police department, connect with me, and connect with the actual killers. Okay. You are actually seeing everything, he said. Everything. You're seeing every direction and everything that's going on with the case. It's almost like you're sitting here reading the whole story right in front of him. It's kind of neat.
How does that not scare you?
Well, it does kind of scare you because, you know, it scares me because I feel that serial killers have something about psychics and mediums. They are connected with them too. They sense things too. And I think that it is scary because that's why, honestly, I haven't really been big in this industry because I stay in my basement usually and do my readings. You know what I mean? I don't go out and none of my neighbors know anything about me. My neighbors next door don't know nothing about me. They don't know I'm an author. They don't know nothing about me. And I think that's great because I keep my family protected. But it's very scary because all it takes is one psycho that actually starts getting obsessed with me. And next thing you know, they're at my door or they're taking my kids from school. You just don't know. It is very.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever, that you can recall, if you're just doing your Rick Waid thing, and then all of a sudden, have you ever had a serial killer or somebody that's in a crime connect with you to share something before you're even aware that you're getting something, like being in a house that was a murderous house or something, you know, like, does that question make sense? Like, are you just like all of a sudden somebody connects with you and you're like, oh my God.
I'll tell you, ready? So I'm doing readings on Facebook. Okay. I'm, getting tons and tons of readings. And all of a sudden this gentleman comes on and he said, please, can you connect with my wife? Okay. I said, no problem. I didn't know anything about it. So I ended up reading his wife. And back then I was charging like $10 a reading. So I ended up reading his wife, and I said, listen, I feel that, she, I feel like she, I can see the whole, hang on, buddy. I can see the whole scenario going on with him, where he actually got her from overseas. He married her. She was like, from overseas, from somewhere in the Asia country or something. But he actually brought her over here. He married her, and then she ended up dying. Okay, probably like 3 weeks after they got married. But I saw somebody hitting her in the back of the head and then throwing her in the water. So I saw somebody actually killing her. Well, he ended up being one of the person that was actually of interest. And they honestly had no proof that he did it, but he was always the one they always thought did it. So see, he was actually paying me to read to see what I was picking up. See if I could actually pick up that was him that actually killed her.
Oh, I don't like that, Rick.
Yeah.
It's freaking me out a little bit. It's freaking me out.
I've done it a few times where I've actually done it. Let me let my dog out real quick. Give me 1 second.
Sure, not a problem. That, Dee Dee, is that to me, and it's something I don't think we've ever had another any
connecting with serial killers. No, thank you.
Yeah, well, and just like the I think the scarier side, and do you just disconnect from that part, or do you try to walk away from that?
How do you when you're doing readings, especially something that's that yucky, how do you separate yourself from all that energy? And then do you ever fear that could the serial killer also be a psychic who could find you somehow because you connected and he can sense you somehow?
Well, let me explain something to you about that. In my second book, I talk about working on missing person cases. Okay, working on missing person cases.
That's why I was going to do the show downstairs tonight. I went nope, because I know all the animals would be waiting for me.
Right. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
In my second book, I actually talk about working with a team overseas in India. And I was actually working with the police department and a SWAT team and everything. This is what was happening. And they wanted me to connect with this little boy that actually went missing. So I was doing that. I was connecting with the boy. I was giving him all kinds of information about the boy. Then I saw this lady was throwing bones on the ground. And she was actually reading me and connecting with my energy. And I told him, I said, I feel she's actually looking into my life. Yeah. So the lady over there said, listen, stop messing with the case. Get off of it. Leave. Do not go back on the case right now, because she's a bad person on the other side over there. She's like a witch doctor or something really, really bad, where they're actually can actually mess with you and mess with your energy. So later that night, I ended up going to my son's room. And before I kissed him goodnight, I heard a voice in my ear, and I didn't understand it because it was a different language. But then I kissed him goodnight. Within a half an hour, he was up, sick as a dog, going to the bathroom, throwing up all over the place. So I told the lady, she said, listen, that's this woman. She has this power. She has this ability to do this. So 3 weeks later, I ended up coming back and taking a cool down, and I ended up coming back and helping again. And then I did the same thing, and I saw her again. And I kissed my son. He got sick as a dog again. So this woman had the power to do that. So, what if serial killers have the same thing? You know what I mean? What if they're that? You know what I mean? I don't know that. But she had the power to see my and to actually put pain in my family. Not me. Maybe I was too strong, but for my little 6-year-old kid, she had attacking him. So it's very.
That gave me chills.
Yeah, I don't
thinking about it.
I don't like that. Before we get any further, I do want to ask that Rob from Get Haunted asked, is there anywhere that he can listen to your EVPs? Do you share those EVPs when you do readings on your page?
Yes, he can go on my Facebook page and just type up Rick Waid EVPs, and you can hear a lot of my EVPs. And the thing is, I can actually, if he wants, he can friend me, and I can send him a lot of actual amazing EVPs, real-time voices that's going on during a reading or and stuff like that. So it's really, really cool. Or actually at a location. I have a lot of EVPs at locations too, which is really cool, because what's interesting about my EVPs. I will hear the spirit in real time talking to me, and I'll hear it on the audio recorder, but most people can't hear that frequency, right? So all of a sudden they'll come out and say, do you hear anything? And they can't hear anything. And I've tested this now. I've tested this multiple times. And they say if you give them a word, they're going to hear that. And that's not true, because I would give everybody at the investigation, I would give them a fake word, what was there, what was being said. For instance, they say it says Sammy. I would say, no, it says Donald. I hear Donald. I hear Donald. You guys hear Donald? And they're like, no, I don't hear Donald. But then when I explain to them I hear Sammy, they would like, oh my God, they would fall backward because it's so clear.
Yeah. Well, it will be interesting. So Rob of Get Haunted, he's been dubbed the EVP King. He does a lot of work with EVPs, and he actually has a little bit of loss of hearing as my voice changes. Sorry. I feel like I do. From being in the Army. So he does wear hearing aids, but he, like you, Rick, has that ability, I think, to hear a different frequency. And so what he can pick up from the rest of us. So it'd be interesting to have you two do some stuff together. Yeah. So I don't know, Robert, you like saying stop because you're embarrassed by that, but he's really good at these EVPs. And I think you guys, there would be some really cool and interesting things. And yes, Danny, Rick does do amazing online readings. And I'm hoping tonight he'll pick a couple of you just so you guys could see, like, honestly, what I felt like when Rick was reading. I mean, it's just hard. You get, I don't know how, it's almost like you're in this funnel of amazing energy. It's almost like you can see it. And so, it's a little different, obviously, when you're sitting across from him. We were pretty much knee to knee. So I felt like I was almost like we were in this Paracon, but I felt like there was nobody else around.
Oh, I love that.
It was a very interesting experience for me. I truly loved it. So tell Danny a little bit about how you do your readings online.
So basically what I do is I just did a reading show last night on Facebook, and I do readings on TikTok. So basically what I do, I just go on live, and then I just have people come on if they want a reading, if they want to come on video, which is awesome. I like them coming on video because then I can do an EVP session with them. So if they want me to connect with their past loved one, what I do is I actually can make that connection with the past loved one, and then they come back and tell me how I connect. See, I don't ask them any questions. I offer everything that's given to me from their guides or my guide, and then they come back and explain what I hit or where I connected. And then I will connect with them with an EVP session, hopefully one of their loved ones that come through either in real time, or they'll come through as a guide on the other side or a spirit guide that around will give information, but you'll hear it on the audio recorder coming through. But I like it when the real-time voice comes through and talks, because it is shocking for people. I'll say, did you just hear that? Did you hear that man say, I love you? And they're like, no, I didn't hear nothing. And I'll play the recorder back and it says, I love you. It blows their mind.
So if you were to do online, can you, like, if you chose a name off to the side here, can you connect without seeing them at all? Or does that make it near impossible?
No, I can connect with anybody. It doesn't matter. I can connect with their past loved one. I can connect with their energy. It doesn't matter. What I do go by is a first name. Okay. So if they want me to connect with their energy, if it's John, they want me to connect with John, I'll connect with John's energy. And it's weird because how many millions of Johns are there?
Yeah.
Able to zone in that energy. And that was so powerful about my gift in the past, because a lot of these people on these unexplained mystery things had fake names. So connecting with their energy. I didn't have no pictures, it's all fake names, but it was energy I was connecting with. And same with the past loved one. I just need the first name. And then I just zone in and start seeing things. That's just usually how it works.
Okay. Well, I see Rob's giving you his first name there. I don't know if you can see the comments, but is there any way that you could just do like, what do you feel when you see Rob?
Okay, I can do that for you.
Awesome.
Given to me, okay?
Yeah.
Now, I'll offer what's being given to me and what's being shown to me, okay? Now, as I connect with Rob's energy, the first thing is being given me, there's something interesting about this energy, okay? The first thing is given to me, as I connect with the energy, I just feel like I feel a humble person here, okay? The first thing's being given me, something here about being humble that's being given me, okay? Something here about learning lessons, okay? This individual learned lessons and actually has, has done stuff from learning his lessons is what's being given me, okay? That's what I'm getting from this individual. I also, as I connect with this individual, I feel like there's some stress in the energy, something with the sleeping. There's something going on with the sleeping. I don't know if there's something that's connected to having weird dreams or something, but I do feel something going on with the energy about sleeping, okay? Also, I feel something else going on here, like an information person. Like this guy like downloads like a computer. It's like his information, he's like a computer. It's like everything he gets is like he wants more. I ain't saying he's greedy, but it almost feels like he wants more with his energy is being given me, okay? Also, as I connect more of them, he is, there's the thing is, I think he's got some special other things going on with him, though. I think there's something else going on with his energy besides hearing. I feel I don't know if he's very talented with his hands or talented at making things, but I just see him being able to create things. Okay. He's like a creator to me. Okay. He's the kind of person who can actually take something and actually change it or make it better. Okay. I feel with his energy, that's what's being given me. Okay. And also as I connect more, it almost feels like to me, like this guy, he doesn't put himself before other people. I feel that he actually will let other people take the limelight and he'll sit back in the back. Okay. That's what's being given me. I think he's that kind of a person that's being given me. Okay. So, and also as I connect more, it almost feels like to me, like there's this, he's overcome so many challenges though. And almost feels like as I connect with him, he's overcome so many challenges. He's not the kind of person that's going to give up on something. He's the kind of person that's actually going to do something with something. That's another thing that's being given me. So I don't know if any of that made any kind of sense, but that was just some stuff that came to me.
Rob, I would like to know how you felt about what Rick just said.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. I will just tell you as somebody that that knows Rob. I would say Rick, just as an outsider, you pretty much you nailed Rob. Like pretty.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, pretty much. He's freaking out. He's freaking out a little bit there. Yeah, he is. Hey, Rick, holy, he is. I think blown away there. He was. Yeah. As soon as I said you were coming on the show, he's like, oh my. He was excited. He's like, he was nervous. But Rob, do you see what I was saying about my reading with Rick? It's one of those things where you're just like, you say things in such a way that you're just like, there is no better way to say it. Like, that is it. That's exactly how it should be said. Does that take from you at all, Rick, when you do that? Like, do you get tired or like, like a headache or?
After a certain period of time, whenever I'm reading and I'm at 10 readings and I have 5 more to go, I do start feeling energy, taking my energy away. So it gets to a point where I do get tired, but I do bounce back. Okay. I will bounce back and I do bounce back, but taking on so much energy, taking on so many memories, taking on so much pain, so much suffering. Yes, it does take a toll on me. It does. But it just, after I get done, I'm back to Rick.
Okay. Here's another person giving her name. Some people are probably like, I don't know if I'm going to throw my name out there. I promise you, it's all done with much love. And this is Donna Willis. This person I don't know. So can you connect? Do you feel a connection with Donna? Do you see anything come up with her energy when you see her name, Donna?
Well, like I said, all I do is need a name, and I had to have the approval. Okay. They had to read them because it's a private thing. I don't read anybody. I don't connect with anybody's energy unless they want me to connect. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect. I don't connect with everybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. I just don't. It just sometimes I don't connect, but it all depends on what's being given me. But yeah, I can connect with their energy.
Okay.
Okay. So let me see. Got slow cars going by. Oh no. They're watching me.
That's right. They're like, we know you, Rick Prater.
Okay. So let me go ahead and see what I can get from Donna. Now, as I connect with Donna, it's really weird because as I connect with her, I see a lot of things coming to her. Okay. So whenever I feel that, what I'm seeing here is almost feel like either this person's taking out too much stuff that's being given me, but I do feel like a lot of things coming to her. As I connect with this energy though, it almost feels like I'm going with emotions with this energy. Okay. Whenever I say emotions, what I'm saying is I feel this individual can pick things up about people, or this individual has this ability to actually feel things from other people. Now, as I get this information, maybe this doesn't happen, but I'm just feeling this as I connect with the energy. Also, as I connect with the energy, there's something here about being a little bit private, or something here about having some walls up where at times this individual don't want you in her space. It's being given me, okay? Or maybe is a protected area at times, okay? And whenever I get that information, usually what that tells me is this, Donna went through some rough time either when she was younger or rough times now, okay, to where she has to put up some walls to protect her, okay? But as I connect more, it almost feels like there's something here also. But I do see bright colors with this individual. And usually whenever I see bright colors, means something special is coming. Something's opening up. There's a door opening up, and I see some sunlight coming in. Okay, so I want Donna to understand that maybe things that are not balancing out right now, but I feel if something's coming that actually is going to make her very happy, make her content, and make her feel better. Okay, but at the same time, I feel with the energy here, there's some here. It almost feels like feelings are hidden here. It almost feels like she kind of hides her feelings sometimes, or maybe she won't let the feelings out because she's kind of scared to let the feelings out or something. But as I connect with the energy, there's definitely something here's being given me about that. Okay. And also as I connect more, it almost feels like I feel like this person's kind of like showing me a caring side where she actually helps a lot of people. But at the same time, I don't feel like that's coming back to her. It almost feels like as I connect with her, I don't feel, she's getting what she's giving out. It's being given me, okay? It's being shown to me. So I feel that that's kind of hurting her energy at times because she's not getting replenished for what she's giving out. So in other words, she's like a Coke, and everybody's taking a drink out of the Coke, and then pretty soon there's nothing there, and she's kind of like drained. So I feel this is what's being given to me about her energy that's being shown to me, okay? And also as I connect with her, it almost feels like to me, like she needs to put herself first sometimes, but it almost feels like she hasn't done that. But putting herself first would be actually a wonderful thing. I feel this is what's being given me too about her. So I know it's just some stuff that actually came to me.
That's interesting. I'm going to assume that must have resonated with Donna as she just paid you a compliment. I love that.
Truly amazing and gifted. Yeah.
Yeah. That's, Rick, I think, it is different than a psychic medium reading. Do you feel that way, Dee Dee? Like when you hear him speak as he's kind of going into his reading the energy, it just feels different than when a psychic medium sits down with you, right? Like there's a different vibe, in my opinion, that he's sort of.
It does feel different. I mean, it's similar, right. But yeah, there is a difference. Yeah, we got another one, Melissa.
She says this is something she doesn't normally do, but she said she's giving you her name and her permission. Melissa is a longtime friend of ours.
Oh, okay. Okay, no problem. Sounds good. So let me see what's being given me. And like I said, it's interesting how I can take energy to energy to energy. And once I got rid of, it's like the energy is gone once I move on to the next person. You understand what I mean? It's like, boom, the energy's I'm moving on to the next person. That's usually how it works. So like I said, maybe I won't make a connection. Like I said, I want people to understand when I offer these readings, sometimes I don't make a connection. It's very rare, but sometimes I don't. And I want people to understand that. I want to be honest with people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes people have the ability to not let you read them.
Yeah.
And I've actually been tested that way by other mediums. They'll say, listen, I wouldn't let you read me. You read me. You never got anything right. But let me put my walls down. They put the walls down and boom, I blew her mind.
And can you feel that difference? Like, do you feel like the second somebody tests you like that and they let those walls down, do you kind of feel that like, oh, okay, there we go. Do you feel that way?
Well, the thing is, sometimes I have to look around the walls to actually get information. Sometimes they're so strong they won't let me in. I have to go around and get the information. And that's usually how it is. I have that ability to go around sometimes and get around those walls.
Okay.
So it's kind of interesting. But sometimes, like I said, they're private and they don't want you in there. And I've read sometimes people 5 times in a row and I can't connect at all. I've done it with people out of 12,000 readings.
Well, so that will be interesting with Melissa because she started it with, this is something I don't do. Yeah. So do you feel that you can connect with that energy?
Well, the thing is, I don't have no yes or no. I just put my head down and start trying.
Okay.
That's how it works. So are you ready, Melissa?
I think she's ready.
Okay, let's see what's being given me, okay? First thing's being given me, okay? As I connect with this energy, first thing's being given, I just feel like there's a situation where there was actually a hard decision that's being made or had to be made, okay? I feel like there's stretch in the energy. And usually what that means, I feel that maybe Melissa has been stretched lately or a point where she actually didn't know where to turn. It's being given me, but I feel there's some stretch in the energy, meaning she's doing everything she can. But it seems like sometimes it just doesn't work out and it kind of gets frustrating for her. It's being given me, okay? Also, as I connect more, it almost feels like to me, like she is, man, there's something about her energy though. I see a glow around her energy. Whenever I see a glow around an energy, it's interesting, okay? Usually what that tells me, this person has something going on with their ability, okay? Or they're going to start waking up Okay. Almost feel like there's something going on. As I connect with her, things are clicking with her. Is being given me. Things are clicking. Things are happening where she's wondering what's really going on here. Okay. Also, as I connect more, I feel like there's some intelligence here. Okay. I feel intelligent, meaning that she's actually maybe a little smarter than the normal. Maybe she's not showing it, but she's actually, I can see it in her energy. She has something going here and she knows things that maybe she shouldn't know. Okay. But it almost feels like I'm connecting with that kind of energy. Okay. Also, as I connect more, it almost feels like I do feel a struggle though. I do feel a struggle. I feel like some weight on the shoulders. And usually what that tells me is an individual, had a rough road there for a period of time. It almost feels like to me, like there might've been some times where, the decisions were not on target. Maybe they actually were some bad decisions or something like that's being given me. Okay. Also, as I connect more, it almost feels like though, I go to the heart with her. So it almost feels like she either lost somebody that's actually hurt, that hurt her, or there's somebody here, some pain in the heart's being given me. Okay. So something's going on with either a loss or somebody actually didn't do it right or something's being given me. Okay. As I connect. Okay. And the thing is about it, it almost feels like as I connect with her energy, keep seeing her getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So she's learning, she's growing, and she's getting stronger. I feel this is what her energy is being given me, okay? Also, as I connect more, I don't know why I see yellow around her. Maybe this is her aura. I don't know, but I see yellow around her energy. And whenever I see yellow, this is either connected to an aura or it's connected to something else about yellow. But I do see yellow energy around her, okay? That's being given me. And also, as I connect more, it almost feels like, she's quick. She's either quick or she's quick to knowing things or she's quick at acting on things. Okay, there's something here about being pretty quick is being given me. So that's another thing's being given me. And also as I connect more, it almost feels like to me like it's really weird because I feel there's a connection with either stars or connection with the planets or something. I feel there's something going on with the universe with her or something. I can see she's connected some way with the stars or something like that with the stars or the sky or something. There's something that actually keeps popping up for her where she keeps wondering maybe why this is or something. But I do feel there's some kind of connection like that with her too. So I don't know if any of that made any kind of sense, but that was came to me.
Interesting. That is very interesting. I'm curious, Rick, because I saw your live pop up last night in the evening and, you're like, I'm going to offer some readings tonight. So when you do that, do you have do you do that every Sunday night at 9, or do you just, when it sort of feels like it's bubbling up, do you say, I'm going to do my live now? Like, how do you offer that stuff on your social media platforms?
Well, the thing is, I've been writing that third book. My third book is in the editing stage. It's got like 170 more pages to be edited. And I've been putting a lot of my time and energy into that book. Okay. So I used to do like a show called Through the Eyes of a Seer. And I used to do every Sunday. I used to do a show every Sunday Through the Eyes of a Seer, and I'd have guests on. I'd have other mediums come on as psychics. But I kind of like got away from that because my son, he has cancer. He went through a rough time this year. We had to actually get a tumor. He had a tumor taken off of his brain. So, we've been going from here to the hospital and the doctors and dealing with the book and stuff. So I kind of like took a break from everything. I even only did 2 events this year. And usually I do like 12 events. I'll do out and I'll do host events and I'll do readings and I'll do ghost hunts, which is kind of nice to be able to go out there, get a reading and do ghost hunting. So it's kind of cool. So I usually do that, but I just took it easy this year to finish that book. But I'm going to start getting back in because the holidays are here. So I do have a Christmas show coming up on the 18th where I actually will read usually about 15 people, which is kind of wonderful. I just like a gift back to everybody. You know what I mean? I like to give back. I used to do a Mother's Day show all the time. I usually give back for all the mothers that are out there that actually work so hard. They actually raise their family and take care of everybody. You know what I mean? So I always try to give back as much as I can. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm going to start getting back into it so I can actually do a show maybe every Sunday. But I do that on TikTok too. So I'll pop on there on TikTok too. It seems like my TikTok is growing way faster than my Facebook. My Facebook in there.
That's what they say.
Yeah. The new thing. How do we find you on TikTok, Rick?
Just my name, Rick Waid.
Waid. All right, everybody, go to your TikToks and type in Rick Waid so you can check them out. Is there a website for people that can go if they want to have like a reading that's not in front of other people? Like maybe somebody is a little bit more, uncomfortable to have themselves read in front of you. Do you have something where they can connect with you online and you do private readings?
Well, it's very easy. I do on Messenger. I don't really do live readings on Facebook anymore because the private ones, because Facebook won't let you do that anymore. Mm-hmm. They actually open it up for everybody. Mm-hmm. And I don't do only on TikTok. I'll do it, whoever wants to come on and do it. But if you want a private session with me, I do charge a small fee for a private session, but you just come to me, you send me a message on Facebook. That's where my main connection is Facebook. I used to have a website, but I got rid of it. It's cost me too much money. Nobody ever used it. So it's always on Facebook. I get all my people to come. So just send me a message on Facebook. I do a reading right there on Facebook Messenger where nobody's there but just me and you.
Okay.
So wonderful.
And Danny, yes, what a beautiful human being. Yeah, I'm telling you, the second I sat down with Rick, there is something so genuine and calming, and it's just a different vibe. And so, Danny, I'm so excited that you also picked that up with Rick. And I do highly suggest for those on the side, if you really want to have this moment, and I would love to do the connect with a loved one, that my sister, and we don't have enough time, but my sister is Deborah here. Does it work? Like if we wanted to connect with a loved one, does it work better for us to come together to you on Facebook for you to do that, connecting with our loved ones that have passed, and then do the EVP?
Yeah, we can do it that way. Yeah, I think the thing is, I can bring you on. I think, I don't know if I can bring 2 people on it or not, but I'll have to look. I can actually do some rooms too, where you can bring people in for rooms too, or private areas. Yeah. So I can do that too. But usually whenever I bring 2 people on, I can't do it on Facebook because they stopped that, the private stuff. So it's just kind of a bummer. But yeah, I can actually do it either together, or I can actually, so you guys live far away from each other. Is that what you're saying?
We do.
Okay. So yeah, we can actually work it out, and I can actually work something out. I think there's other ways. I have Skype too. Okay. So I don't know if there's a way to do 2 people on Skype. I think there is, right?
Yep. Yeah. And Facebook Messenger, we could do, I mean, I'm assuming you mean like a video call, and you can call 2 people at once. So yeah, we could.
Yeah, we could do it that way. I've done that before too.
You could do a room, can't you?
You could do a room. Yeah. So yeah, I'm telling all of our viewers, all of our listeners tonight, seriously, if you want to have a really beautiful moment and he connects with you, I'm going to say with 99.8% certainty, you're going to have an amazing connection with Rick. Rick Waid, Waid, as in dog, Rick Waid on Facebook. Please give him a follow. Look at his books. Can we buy your books online, or how do we?
Yes.
Okay. So check out his books. I have really enjoyed starting his book that I bought at the Paracon. Rick, I'm so excited. We connected, and you were so kind to be like, yeah, I'll be on your show. And you I'm so glad that a lot of time didn't go in between, because, you're just a truly an amazing soul. And honestly, to have those scary serial killer stories, and to have such a beautiful light about you. I mean, that's some heavy energy there, right? And you just don't carry it with you.
No.
Yeah. No, that's his answer. No, I do not. So everybody, please go check out Rick Waid's TikTok, his Facebook, connect with him, get a reading. You're going to love it. I promise you. You just saw a handful of people here very, I think, happy with what they got. Rick, thank you so much. I am so excited to continue to follow your journey. Hopefully we can have you back on with the Blondes at some point. Yeah. And I think you're going to make a new friend here with Rob at Get Haunted. He's already friended you. He said he's excited to connect with you. So guys, please go give some serious love to Rick Waid. And next week we have Mr. Brett Karstens coming on with us, a haunted psychic medium who has some very interesting stories as well. Yeah. But thank you guys on the side for hanging tough over there and giving your names so Rick can connect with you. That was awesome. And Rick, thank you again so much for your time and for giving that energy to read people on the side. That is awesome. Thank you so much.
Welcome. It was fun and exciting.
Good. And yeah, we told Rick it was only going to be the 4. It was our producer race. And we said it was just going to be the 4 of us watching this, but you've met some of our amazing circle. And I was excited to share. You guys have an amazing night. Dee Dee, you have a great night. And Rick, you as well have a great night. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.
Alrighty.